Feeding time. Cats have just eaten. This one just takes pieces, eats them half and let them go. She knows there's so much, she doesn't know what to do with it all. So yeah, let me just take it back. I did cut for them just now and they did eat, but yeah, they keep on eating, they don't stop. Not easy to carry this. Mother cat, the little ones are getting so big. Just look at this. I'm going to have to take them in to be spayed as well this week. I'm just going to arrange with the vet so we can do that. Vegetarian cat. Just laugh at him whenever I see him. All got their own little method. Everything they do different to one another. Tigers ready to eat. Diego. So this morning 3 o'clock, Diego decides he wants to call me. And he's sitting there in his jungle gym and he just started with that annoying little sound that he makes, and he was screaming and screaming and screaming until I got up. Okay, Enzo. Oh, it Enzo right at the back. And Diego. I've got beef for them today. I've only got one bucket. I've got them on a little bit of a diet. But not really, you can't call it a diet. It's just, I think, feeding them right. That is the right way to put it. For Diego, another piece, and there for Enzo. Cats are all around. She is still getting bigger and bigger. I think it's going to be any day now. Then she's going to have her little kittens. Just give Diego a nice piece over there. So yeah, I made 3 nests for her. And she's been in and out of them. She will decide which one she's going to use. I guess she'll only decide at the last moment. And then she'll be having her little kittens. And I will raise them again. Let's look at this cat. I just noticed something on her face. There's a tick right on there. And I have to say, she has been walking around. I haven't seen her during the day for the last 2 days. So they do go outside this premises. And when they come back, they've got ticks. So I'm going to have to just sort that out after I fed the tigers. There's a nice big piece for Diego. And for Enzo as well. I think I must maybe just throw it a little bit further. Let them walk around first. They are taking their time. No rush at all. Whoop, just heard Enzo. He is a little bit too much. I don't think he's going to be able to do that. That's why you should chew your food. And he's got it in again. Let's just give him 10 seconds. No, that piece of meat is too big. He's going to have to cut it up a little bit more. Diego is saying, but I got mine down. Why should I have to wait for more food? Because if he doesn't, he eats twice as much as Enzo. Okay, I think Enzo's fine now. Okay, so the tigers are eating, feeding them beef again today. They're almost done already. I just got a phone call in the middle of the video, so I got cut off. I don't get many phone calls, but when I do, it seems like it cuts off the video. Diego just checking that out. He decides, no, Enzo's going to eat that. Let me just put one there for Diego. Okay, a lot of people have been asking me, how does it feel when a tiger bites you? How do they bite? When you put your arm in their mouth, what do they do? How do you control it? Well, when they're little, they don't have a sense of how they should bite. They actually bite very hard. And it's not the same as a dog bite. A dog will bite, but he won't clamp down. A tiger does not know how to not clamp down. They actually put their teeth on your arm and they bite right down with all they can. Especially when your fingers are in the way. That is a big problem. Even with those little front teeth that they get after a while. If they get you with that, believe me, that finger is going to turn blue. So, never put your finger or arm or whatever into a tiger's mouth. Especially when you're feeding them, because they don't know yet how hard to bite down. And that can be a big problem. So, yes, Diego is just looking at this. I don't have much left here for them. But yeah. Biggest mistake you can make is put your finger in their mouth while they're eating. Should never do that. I remember Enzo once, I fed him some cat food, the dry type. Oh, I'm taking a big chance here with Diego swinging his tail like that. But in any case, and I once fed him that. It was dry cat food and he liked it. And my finger was in his mouth and he just bit down and he really got me bad on the finger. It wasn't bleeding or anything. It was just blue right behind my finger. So, yeah, don't do that. It is gonna hurt. I've got one small piece left here and I'm trying to break it off with my hand and I can't do it. Oh, there, I got it. I'm gonna give Diego a small piece there and there's for Enzo, just to finish it off. So yeah, then the other kind of bite is with the, well, I don't know if I should call it canines or whatever, but it's the longer teeth, the real dangerous ones. That's the ones when you touch them underneath their chin, you can feel it protruding right through the skin. Now those ones are like knives. Once I remember with Ozzy, I was able to touch the backside of those teeth and I scraped my nail on that tooth and it was like having a blade on your nail and scraping that little bit off your nail. And that's when I realized if they have to bite into a piece of meat and they just move their head backwards, they will cut it and it would be long slits basically. So yeah, those are very dangerous. But they will only use that to hunt basically. That's what they will use that for. They won't use that or for defense, but they don't eat with them. So yeah, those are the second type of teeth that you have to watch out for. Now those ones goes into your arm real easy. It doesn't hurt that much and they go in deep. But when you how can I put it, if he's going to rip, it's going to be a very big wound. So it's basically puncture wounds. Then there's the third type. That's the ones right at the back. Well, I call them the scissors, because that's what they do. They cut. They're like scissors. They take this meat and they just chop it up and they swallow it down. So yeah, those are the ones you want to keep your finger out of, because if Enzo, I know Enzo did that once to me. I was holding him from the back, and I had my finger right in that back part of his mouth, and he started to bite down, and I was able to just get my fingertips of my other hand underneath his top front teeth. And I was able to pry his mouth open, and he didn't chop off my finger. I was very lucky. He was still little. That was all when he was just a little cub. So that's where I learned how these teeth worked. And then one thing I've also noticed, when they're little, they've got those canines, you have to be careful with the tip of it. Now, at first those tips are very sharp, and you tend to stay out of its way. But then they start to wear down a bit, and they get a flat surface on the top. But don't make a mistake and think that they're blunt, because that blunt part on the top, around the tooth, stays sharp. So when they bite you, you get a double scratch mark from that, how can I put it, from that flat surface on top of the tiger's tooth. So yeah, they've got different bites, and like I said, when it's sharp it doesn't hurt it as much, but when they're blunt they hurt very much. I never really went for any stitches or anything. I've been bitten many times. Not viciously. Once Enzo did bite me a little vicious. That's why I know when that tooth goes straight into your flesh, it doesn't hurt that much. It's like that tooth is designed to kill without hurting as much as, well, would have been possible. So it's like the nerve endings gets pressed dead on your arm, and then the tooth starts entering. When I look at the cat's teeth, it looks very much the same. If I do that, just look at that little tooth. She doesn't like me doing that, but yeah, they look very similar. Let me see if I can just take it like this. Open a little mouth. I've got one hand to do this now, so she's not letting me do it. But yeah, they've got very similar teeth. If you look at a little cat's teeth, well, just multiply it by 100, and there you go. That is what the tiger's teeth looks like. Yeah. How do you treat one of these wounds? Well, the first thing that you're going to have to do is make sure you're not bleeding too much. If you're going to bleed too much, you're going to have to stop that bleeding first. If they rip into your skin or into your flesh and there's too much movement, they're going to cut veins and things. So I think that is the worst that can happen. You're going to have to stop that bleeding. If they just bite you by accident or by playing, well, the teeth are going to enter and it's going to come out. They're not going to leave it in there, and they're not going to rip your flesh. That is a good thing. So I hope you never experience this. But yeah, so basically, if that tooth just enters into your arm and they take it out, you don't really treat that wound. I would say if it bleeds a little, let it bleed, because any dirt or whatever is in there, I just think it'll bleed out, and that could help a lot. Well, the back teeth, if you're going to get bitten by them, it's probably going to be the last part. That is when he's basically eating you. So you should, I don't think you're going to remember that or notice that even. I think then it's going to be over already. But if he gets you on the finger and he gets you with that back teeth, he's going to just chop off that finger. And he's probably going to spit it out. I don't know, depending on what happened. But be careful whenever you approach a tiger or play with them, even if they're little. They bite different to any other animal that I am familiar with. They really bite down and they're strong in their jaws. Once they start biting, it's just a snap and the teeth just comes together. Whatever is in between it is gonna get hurt. Yeah. Well, that's a quick run through of the teeth, just as I can remember it. Let me see, there is a mark on my arm. That was really a hard bite. Not that little one over there, that white part there, that was a spider. If you look at my arm, you see I don't really have hair on my body. I'm not hairy at all. So I don't feel spiders walking on me. But I can tell you one thing. I've been bitten 5 times by a spider. And as I did my research, it was the brown recluse. And in South Africa, we call it vuilspinnekop. That's a violent spider. And it was very painful. It was 10 times more painful than a tiger bite. And the pain only sets in after 2 weeks. But then you really... that's no joke. That's a very painful. Enzo's there in the pool. Let me see if I can get him there. There he is. So yeah, I just think the best thing to do is just avoid to get bitten by basically anything. I think that is the right way to do this. Avoid putting your hands or anything where there is teeth. Don't do it. Yeah. Well, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you found that interesting. I can actually talk a lot more about these bites. I've been bitten, well, I would just say 1,000 times if I have to look at the marks on my arms. I'm going to get that light, one of those purple lights, and shine it on my arms, and I'll take some pictures of what it looks like, where there's white marks showing where I've healed. I think people are going to be stunned if they see all the scratches and marks that I have had. And they heal up very well. I heal up perfectly. I mean, after a few months you can't even see it, but I'm sure there's going to be a little color differentiation and you will be able to see it. Well, Enzo is done. He's getting out of the pool. Diego is already taking a bath. And they have eaten for the day. So, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day. I'll keep on making vlogs and try and keep it as interesting as possible. And yeah, answer more questions. As I find questions in the comment section, I just remember them as I start making the videos and I start talking about them. But yeah, now I remember all the bite marks I had. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening.